Hello and welcome, students. In our last session, we had discussed about Green Revolution and its advantages and shortcomings. Also, we have seen in detail. We have also seen shortcomings जो Green Revolution में थे, वो government ने कैसे overcome किए. That was the topic that we have done in our last session. Let's start with today's topic. Today's topic is very important and very practical to understand also. The topic we are going to deal with two topics today. First is debate over subsidies. Okay, whether subsidies should be given or not. But let us first of all understand what is the meaning of subsidy. Subsidy refers to availability of inputs at lower price than market price. मार्केट प्राइस से कम प्राइस में अगर फार्मर्स को कोई प्रोडक्ट मिलता है देन दैट वुड बी टर्म्ड एज सब्सिडी टू द फार्मर. जो भी इनपुट्स हैं फार्मर्स को चाहिए या किसी और को भी चाहिए, वी आर राइट नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट इन जनरल सेंस सब्सिडी क्या है. मार्केट प्राइस से जो भी प्राइस में कम आपको वो प्रोडक्ट मिलता है इन दैट केस सब्सिडी की वजह से वो प्राइस कम होती है. Now, it is generally agreed that it was necessary to use subsidy to provide incentive for adoption of HYV technology. See, we have seen in our past previous session that HYV technology use करने के लिए सिर्फ सीड्स काफ़ी नहीं है. HYV seeds, you need to have fertilizer, pesticides, proper amount of water and all that. So these all things are costly. So farmers को incentive मिले जनरल में एंड स्पेशली स्मॉल फार्मर्स को इन इंसेंटिव की बहुत ज़रूरत है सो दैट दे कैन हैव ऑल दिस थिंग्स एंड दे कैन इंक्रीज द प्रोडक्शन एज वेल एज प्रोडक्टिविटी. नाउ एनी न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी विल बी लुक्ड अपॉन एज बीइंग रिस्की बाय फार्मर्स. कोई भी नई टेक्नोलॉजी आती है तो वो टेक्नोलॉजी में थोड़ा रिस्क तो रहता ही है. सब्सिडीज़ इसलिए देनी चाहिए. सब्सिडीज़ वेर देयर फॉर नीडेड टू एंकरेज द फार्मर्स. सी फार्मर्स को एंकरेज करने के लिए अगर हम सब्सिडी गवर्नमेंट नहीं देती है तो फार्मर्स विल नॉट बी ट्राइंग at all that technology. But if subsidy is given, help from the side of the government is given, then in that case farmer will go for that technology. They will try that technology whether it is in their benefit or not. So subsidy should be given. Okay, now let's see why subsidies should be given. The government should provide farmers with agricultural subsidies as farming in India is very risky. See, Indian agriculture depends on monsoon and monsoon is very uneven. So risk ज़्यादा रहता है agriculture पे. So government should give subsidies to the farmer, okay, so that they can go for the new technology. Most of the farmers are very poor in our country and new technology cannot be afforded by them. तो वो न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी अफोर्ड करे इसलिए सब्सिडीज शुड बी गिवन टू देम. अगर सी सब्सिडी अगर नहीं देते हैं देन द टेक्नोलॉजी बिकम्स कॉस्टली, यू नो, एंड इफ कॉस्टली टेक्नोलॉजी इज देयर देन दैट विल बी यूज्ड बाय ओनली दोज फार्मर्स हु आर रिच और बिग फार्मर्स, नो, हु कैन able to manage the cost. Now eliminating subsidy नहीं देते हैं then it will increase the differences between rich farmers and the poor farmers. Rich farmer will become more and more rich and poor cannot, you know, he will stay poor only. So country का जो goal है equity का that won't be achieved, that will be violated. So अगर subsidy नहीं दी जाती है then this will be a big problem, income inequality का. Okay, disparities will increase between the rich farmers and the पुअर फार्मर्स. ओके, सो दीज आर द 3 पॉइंट्स. सब्सिडी क्यों देनी चाहिए? 1, एग्रीकल्चर इंडिया में रिस्की है, नई टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्ट करने के लिए सब्सिडी ज़रूरी है. मोस्ट ऑफ द फार्मर्स पुअर हैं, वो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते हैं, इसलिए सब्सिडी देनी चाहिए. नंबर 3, एलिमिनेट अगर करते हैं सब्सिडी को देन डिस्पैरिटीज़ बढ़ जाएंगी रिच फार्मर्स एंड पुअर फार्मर्स में. अल्टीमेटली द गोल्स ऑफ इक्विटी विल नॉट बी अचीव्ड. वन मोर पॉइंट, द आर्ग्यूमेंट वॉज दैट सब्सिडी शुड बी गिवन ओनली टू द पुअर फार्मर्स as these were largely benefiting fertilizer industries and big farmer only. It's a good point. See, argument ये है कि सब्सिडी देनी चाहिए लेकिन सब्सिडी का बेनिफिट किसको मिलना चाहिए? पुअर फार्मर्स को ही मिलना चाहिए. those who can afford the new technology, subsidy should not be for them, but it should be for the poor farmers only. एंड सब्सिडी का बेनिफिट फर्टिलाइजर इंडस्ट्रीज एंड बिग फार्मर्स को मिलना नहीं चाहिए. दैट इज़ द पॉइंट. ओके, नाउ व्हाई सब्सिडी शुड नॉट बी गिवन. सी, अगर सब्सिडी गवर्नमेंट देती है तो इट इज़ एक्चुअली बर्डन ऑन द गवर्नमेंट. नो, गवर्नमेंट हैज़ टू इनकर एक्सपेंस on this, so it is a burden for the government. Now let's see why it should not be given. Some economists believe that once technology is found profitable and is widely adopted, subsidies should be phased out because उसका पर्पस सर्व हो गया है. तो कुछ इकोनॉमिस्ट क्या कहते हैं कि HYV सीड्स यूज़ करने से बेनिफिट होता है, ये प्रूव हो गया है. अब जो चीज़ प्रॉफिटेबल है, प्रूव हो गया है, फिर उस पर सब्सिडी देने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज पर्पस जो था वो पर्पस प्रूव हो गया है, सर्व्ड हो गया है कि इससे बेनिफिट तो होने ही वाला है. सो सब्सिडी शुड नॉट बी गिवन. फर्दर, subsidies are meant to benefit the farmers, but a substantial amount of fertilizer subsidy also benefit the fertilizer industry, and among farmers the subsidy largely benefit the farmers in more prosperous region. See, why subsidy should not be given. Second point इसमें ये है कि सब्सिडी का बेनिफिट है ना फर्टिलाइजर इंडस्ट्रीज ले जाती थी, एंड प्रॉस्परस एरिया जहाँ था या बिग फार्मर्स, रिच फार्मर्स थे, वो लेके जाते थे, इसलिए सब्सिडीज को फेस आउट कर देना चाहिए. Therefore, it is argued that no case for continuing with fertilizer subsidy. So ये आर्ग्यू किया जा रहा है या डिस्कस किया, बताया जा रहा है कि सब्सिडी बंद कर दो बिकॉज फर्टिलाइज़र सब्सिडी की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है फर्टिलाइज़र इंडस्ट्री को, एज इट डज़ नॉट बेनिफिट द टारगेट ग्रुप. ये टारगेट ग्रुप जो है उसको बेनिफिट नहीं मिल रहा है, मतलब पुअर फार्मर्स, स्मॉल फार्मर्स को बेनिफिट नहीं मिल रहा है. ऑन द अदर हैंड दूसरे को इसका बेनिफिट ले जा रहा है, एंड एक्चुअली इट इज़ अ ह्यूज बर्डन ऑन द गवर्नमेंट्स फाइनेंस. सो सब्सिडी शुड बी फेस्ड आउट. ओके, अभी हमने सब्सिडी का टॉपिक डिस्कस किया, दैट वेदर सब्सिडी शुड बी गिवन और नॉट. ओके, देना चाहिए सब्सिडी, उसके भी कुछ पॉइंट्स हमने देखे. नहीं देना चाहिए, दैट ऑल्सो वी हैव सीन फ्यू पॉइंट्स. एक्चुअली सब्सिडी देनी चाहिए, लेकिन उन लोगों को मिलनी चाहिए एक्चुअली हु आर इन नीड, and fertilizer industries and rich farmers actually should not get the benefit from the subsidy. Okay, now general reforms. See, so far in our previous lectures we have finished 2 reforms. 1, technical reforms. 2, green revolution, and today is the 3rd reform, that is general reform. ये तीनों reforms हैं, ये agriculture से related हैं. Okay, now 2 reforms we already done. Let's start with the first reform, that is general reform. Okay, we are going to discuss 4 points in general reforms. The first is credit facility. Cooperative societies, rural development banks have been established to meet the finance requirement of farmers. फार्मर्स की नीड को सेटिस्फाई करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने क्या एस्टेब्लिश किया? क्रेडिट कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज एंड डेवलपमेंट बैंक्स, so that farmers can get the credit from these things, credit societies and banks, and farmers can carry on the farming activity easily. Now, major change कब आया क्रेडिट फैसिलिटी में? मेजर चेंज took place in the year 1969, बिकॉज उसके बाद इंडिया ने अडॉप्ट किया सोशल बैंकिंग एंड मल्टी एजेंसी अप्रोच. सोशल बैंकिंग मतलब द थिंग्स वर मेड ईजी. कमर्शियल बैंक स्टार्टेड गिविंग लोन्स टू द फार्मर्स फॉर एग्रीकल्चर, एंड मल्टीपर्पज़ थिंग्स सेटिस्फाई होने लगी. सो आफ्टर 69 सोशल बैंकिंग जब स्टार्ट हुआ, देन आफ्टर द बेनिफिट actually increased to the farmers. So commercial banks also cater, that is satisfy the needs of the farmers. Commercial banks started giving benefit to the farmers. Okay, now this thing, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD, established in the year 1982. It is considered as an apex institution because it is working at the national level. It keeps an eye on each and every activity, whether the facilities are been properly provided or not. And from here also, credit facility is been provided to the farmers, and it is working as an apex institution, working at the national level, was established in the year 1982. We are talking about general reforms. और कौन से reforms आए? Okay, जिसमें पहला point हमने देखा credit facility. Let's talk about the second point, irrigation facility. See, we have certain data here. Irrigation facility have been provided to the farmers so that they can have proper required quantity of water. At present, irrigation facility 60% फार्मर्स को यहाँ लैंड जो एरिया अंडर कल्टीवेशन है वहाँ 60% लैंड को अवेलेबल है एज कम्पेयर टू ओनली 15% इन 1950। 50s में इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद मतलब 50s की बात करें तो सिर्फ 15% एरिया ऐसा था जहाँ इरिगेशन फैसिलिटी अवेलेबल थी। ओके, नाउ एट प्रेजेंट 60% एरिया इज under the irrigation facility. Dry farming has been encouraged and is in practice by many farmers. What is dry farming? Dry farming मतलब it is that method of agriculture where अगर irrigation facility available नहीं है तो भी the things will be working for the farmer. That is been encouraged by the farmers and farmers are going for that farming. Now, due to construction of multi-purpose project and tube wells, larger area have been covered. So multi-purpose project बन रहे हैं, tube wells, canals, etc. ये सब चीज़ें बन रही है जिसकी वजह से irrigation facility now can reach to farmers very easily. That was the second reform in general reform. Okay. Organized marketing system. See, very good thing started by the government because of which the farmers are getting benefit. They can have a proper price for their crops because of the organized marketing system established by the government. Let's see the topic. There have been regular markets been established in all part of the country. See, government has done what? Started establishing regular markets in all parts of the country wherein farmers can sell their outputs at a proper and a remunerative prices. Earlier, farmers were not able to sell the crops at a proper price. Exploitation हो रहा था, कम प्राइस मिल रहा था. Okay, so because of the organized marketing system, markets are being established in many parts of the country and farmers are getting benefit. अब सिर्फ मार्केटिंग सिस्टम एस्टैब्लिश नहीं हुए हैं. द गवर्नमेंट हैज सेट अप कमिटीज ऑल्सो which help the farmers in getting remunerative prices. So it is not only the markets are established but committees are also been established in that market and who checks that whether farmers are getting proper price for the product or not. Cooperative marketing societies have also been established which help farmer to bargain for the products. See, farmers को भी अगर inputs या जो भी resource चाहिए production के लिए, societies are also been established so that farmers चीज़ें हैं वो proper price में ले सके and they can sell it also at a remunerative price. And there are also provision for storages also. They can store their food crops easily so that there is no damage to the crops. Last is MSP. You might be familiar with this word, minimum support price. That is the fourth point in general reform. Okay, now let's see what is minimum support price. It is a price support policy initiated by the government to encourage the farmers to increase the production. See, sometimes farmers will be in a dilemma. They will be hesitated to increase the production or not because they may think that if they increase the production and if the supply in the market increases, they cannot get the proper price of their product. So the government has initiated this program MSP, under which farmers को अब encouragement मिलता है for increasing the production. Now let's see how. In this policy, government fixes the price of the grains higher than the market price. Government एक price decide कर लेती है जो market price से थोड़ी ज़्यादा है. अब if farmers are not able to sell their crops at that price, अगर क्रॉप्स नहीं बिकते हैं, फार्मर्स के पास ही रहते हैं, then what the government will do? Government will buy the entire crop, okay, at that increased price and farmers will get the benefit. So farmers now are no confusion whether कि उनके क्रॉप्स बिकेंगे या नहीं बिकेंगे. Okay, so they are in no more confusion whether they will be getting the proper price for their product or not. Now what the government does with that crop from the farmer? Government keeps it as the buffer stock and uses it during the time of emergencies, flood and earthquake. कोई स्टेट में कुछ calamity आ गए, then government can use that buffer stock and can help that particular area. Okay. Now general reforms में we have so far discussed four topics. No, the first was about credit facility, wherein we have seen social banking and multi agencies के बाद actually 69 के बाद drastic change took place in the credit facility. Irrigation facility जो पहले सिर्फ 15% एरिया को अवेलेबल थी, that has increased to 60% area. Organized marketing system are being established by the government, wherein farmers can get the proper price for their product. Committees are also established by the government in that organized marketing, which helps them to get the proper price for their product. And the last topic in general reforms was about MSP, minimum support price, which encourages the farmer to go for the production. If at all the farmers are not getting proper price for their products, that will be taken by the government at an agreed price, and will be kept with the government as a buffer stock which can be used in case of emergencies. Hope you are clear with the three reforms. Once again, the three reforms that we have discussed in agriculture sector are: 1, land reform; 2, green revolution, that is technical reform also; the third we have done today, that is general reforms. Okay. Thank you and have a nice day.